Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing this purple lavender cut crease. So I was thinking, like, what am I going to do next? I know I want to do colors for spring and I want to do more colorful eyeshadow looks because we're bringing it back, right? But I was like, what color do I do next? You know, I just did yellow, I just did rainbow. I decided purple. I have not done a lot of purple tutorials. I don't think I've done like more than 2. So we're back with another purple eyeshadow tutorial. Keep on watching to see how I do this. It's super simple, just like most half cut creases are. If you enjoyed this video along the way, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also, here is your warning. You want to do this eyeshadow look before you do your base because there will be purple fallout. You don't want to do your base twice. So do your eyes, then do your base instead of doing your base, your eyes, and then your base again. And let's jump into the video. Okay, so we're starting off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. You want a light primer today because we'll be using purples. We're going to be using dark purples, bright purples in the crease, but on that lid, we're going to be using light lavender, lilac type of purple. So you want a light primer so that the colors have a fighting chance to come up vivid. Now, let's get into the palette. We're going to be using the Beauty Bay Bright 2.0, frequent friend to the show. And I'm going to start off with this Morphe M456 brush. And good catch. We're gonna go right into shade Throne, which is this dark purple here, and a little bit of Mulberry. Now, the reason why I'm going back and forth between 2 shades is this one is nice and bright. I like the undertones. You see, it gives like a neon type of vibe, but this one is darker. We need that depth for the crease. So I'm going into both of those colors. If you can't figure out what color you want to use, you're between 2, just mix them together. There you go. I'm gonna start off in the crease. Where is your crease? If you look up and look down, that fold, that'll be your crease. If your crease looks different than mine, it's a different shape. You have different sorts of eyelids. You can go halfway from the brow bone to the lash line, and that'll be your crease. So I'm gonna start off in the crease, and I'm gonna start in the inner corner, blending all the way to the outer corner. It doesn't really matter if you start with the inner corner or the outer corner, seeing as you want the same outcome across the entire lid, because it's gonna be a half cut crease. So it's not like we have 2 colors that we need to blend, or 3, 4, 5 colors. It's gonna be this purple. So you can start in the inner corner or the outer corner. Doing the same on the other eye. Getting that crease nice and purple. Now we're gonna go to a fluffier brush. You already know the deal if you've been to one of my tutorials before. If not, warm welcome. Let's go through it. So as you get closer to the crease, you're gonna have brushes that are thinner and thinner. Really what's happening is that the brush bristles are more densely packed. So as you can see, we're gonna get fluffier and fluffier as we move up the eye. So we're going from this brush that we just used in the crease to this Morphe M433. And I'm going to go into shade Mulberry. This shade right here. A little bit of this, maybe a little bit of this. We're just gonna go into the purples. I'm not going into that dark purple as much because I want to blend out the dark purple that we just added. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna blend right into the crease, blending out that purple from before. I'm gonna go a little bit more into that cool tone though, because it is getting a little hot purple. We don't want that, so we're gonna go into that cool purple and blending out that purple from before. And you may feel like, oh my gosh, I'm missing all the depth that I put in with that first dark purple. Don't worry, we're gonna go back. Never in a Raggedy Road tutorial will you ever just apply a shade one time and not go back and blend it and reinforce it. So don't even worry about that. And I'm blending it out, really filling in the space in between the brow bone and the crease. We're gonna add one more shade to really, you know, blend it and make it look harmonious. It looks crazy. Walk with me. Now we're going to go into another frequent friend of the show. This is the color Pop Matte About Hue palette. I'm going to take my fluffiest brush. Now this brush doesn't have a name, but any fluffy brush would do, just like any eyeshadow would do. So say for example you don't have these palettes, that's cool. You're going to use something that's comparable. You're going to use another fluffy brush if you don't have this one. And we're going to go right into that lavender shade right at the top. We're going to blend up near the brow bone. Now this is a powerful little pastel. You may feel like, wow, it just covered up everything. Like I said, don't worry. This is more so just placing the colors where they're supposed to be, and we'll go back in and blend and make it look, you know, nice and beautiful and harmonious in a second. And we're going to blend all the way across. So from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner. And the inner corner up here is really just underneath the front of that brow. And this was going to cover up all that primer. So we don't want any of that white primer left behind. So if you're worried about using a light primer because you're like, it's going to look crazy, or it's going to be a stark contrast. No. We're covering up the primer. The primer is the Spanx. The primer is the girdle. The primer is the panties, okay? You don't be showing nobody your girdle and your panties and your Spanx. But they're there to, you know, make sure that the foundation is set. Same thing with the primer. We don't need to be showing nobody what our primer looks like once the eyeshadow is covering it. But it is important for the foundation. All right, it looks crazy. Walk with me. I'm going back in with that second step, so that second medium purple, and we're going to blend this out. It got very much lost after that light purple. We're going to put it back where it belongs. Doing the same on the other eye. And if you want to go off, you know, the eye and really blend it out, that's fine. You know, purple is a fun color to blend into blush. So be free with the blending. I want you to be intentional when you do your makeup, and also free at the same time. Intentional so that you're not wasting time and wasting product, and you're trying to, you know, get the outcomes that you want. But also, just be free. I don't want you to be so stressed out about it. I know makeup is a lot of steps. It can be a lot to, you know, start with, especially for beginners. I make a lot of content with beginners in mind. Not saying it's just for beginners though, because we have some advanced and intermediate folks who like to redo my looks and watch my videos, and I appreciate y'all for that. But especially people who may not have a lot of experience with makeup, it can be very stressful. Don't let it stress you out. Especially something like this. Worst case scenario, the blend doesn't come out right. You take one of these handy dandy makeup wipes, wipe it right off. Restart. You can be free. You might say, oh my gosh, I blended it too far out onto the cheek. You can blend it into blush, okay? It's no worries. You may feel like, oh, where I did blend it to, it's kind of an abrupt end. You can always go back and add more. Speaking of adding more, we're going to go back in with that dark purple from the beginning and go right into that crease. Now, why is depth important in a cut crease? So glad you asked. Depth is important in a cut crease because that's what makes the cut crease look crisp, right? So sometimes people will say, I just feel like my cut crease doesn't look super crisp. And that's because you don't have enough depth in the crease, right? So imagine a stark white line next to a really, really dark crease. That's what makes it look crisp. The deeper it is in the crease, the more depth there is in the crease, the more that there's going to be a contrast between that light lilac lavender shade and the crease. All right, if you only cut the crease, you know, underneath this light lavender shade, there won't be a big contrast between the lavender and the lavender on the lid. So you want as much contrast as possible to make the eye look nice and crisp. Sometimes it's not even about how you cut the crease, literally, like it's not about how you took that concealer or you took that primer and cut the crease. Sometimes it's just about how deep the crease was. So we want to make sure that this is nice and deep. You can always go in with a little bit of black, so you can go a little purple, a little bit of black. I'm going to go a little purple, a little bit of this dark brown, because sometimes once you put the black on there, you know, once you go black, you don't go back, right? Once you put the black on there, it can get really intense. This dark brown can give a lot of different colors some depth without it being so like, ooh, we just went black in the crease. I'm just going to add a little bit of that. And look at that. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. This has the purple and the brown. This has just the purple. Even though we haven't cut the crease, you can just see there's a contrast between what's on the lid and here. Doing the same on the other eye. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and just redo those steps until I'm satisfied. So going back in with that medium purple, especially just because I just blended that dark purple with the brown. Blending that out. Now, I feel like there's too big of a gap between this light lavender and this purple here. So I'm going to go right into that light lavender and a little bit in this shade right here. Whenever you want to blend two colors together and you can't figure out really how to do it and make them look cohesive, just go with the color that's in between. So on, not a color wheel, but on an ombre wheel, if you went from white to dark purple, there'll be the lavender down here and this our darker purple down here. I want to pick a purple that's in between just so I can blend them together. Blending becomes much easier if you use colors that are, you know, what you're going for. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, look. Difference here, 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 and here. Exactly. Exactly. So we're blending in between that light lavender and that darker purple, or that even that medium purple, with a purple that's a little bit lighter than medium purple, but a little bit darker than the lavender. And that's really what's bringing this all together. Okay, I'm loving it. There's one more thing I think we can do. Go in with just this purple, maybe a little bit of that, just this purple. And I'm going to just blend out one more time that darker purple. No dark brown this time because I want a color that's a little bit less dark to blend the lighter and the darker purples together. Blending out those harsh edges. Purple can get harsh fast. Like, purple can get, I don't know. I said in the beginning of the video that I never do purple eyeshadow, which is kind of, I don't never do purple eyeshadow. Like, purple eyeshadow is always included when I do eyeshadow, like rainbow looks and things like that. But just simply purple, I don't do a lot of that. But what I do, I'm always reminded, like, purple gets serious quick, kind of like green. It's like you add a green and it's like, woo! It's very easy to build up. That's a much better way of saying that. Okay, I think it's time to cut the crease. Okay, so we're going back in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and I'm going in on this Royal and Langnickel 2 brush, basically any small craft brush. And I like to put it on the back of my hand and on this little brush because this brush is so small. And you could add too much. You don't want too much on the brush, you don't want too little. Too little is gonna drag and like, you're gonna have to go back and, you know, clean it up. But you definitely don't want too much because it is a liquid. And liquids in a crease that folds and moves, you do the math, right? So we're gonna start in this inner corner, and I like to do a quick swipe. See what I was saying about not enough? If you have not enough, as you can see here, all you have to do is just go back in and add more, which is, you know, inconvenient, but much better than having too much and having all that wetness sliding around your crease. Now I'm just going to drag all the primer down towards the lash line, just so that it's not in that crease, bold, folding, bending, and making a mess. And I want that lid to be covered in primer because we are going to go on top of it with that light purple. Very nice. Now let's do the other eye. Okay, boom. Now that the creases are nice and even, nice and primed, we're going to go in with that light shade right here, Lilac Lavender. Now, I have a lot of color knowledge, like more than the average bear. But lilac and lavender always throw me off. Is lavender the one that's pink tone or is lilac the one that's pink tone? I think lavender is the cool tone. Anyways, I'm going to take this light shade. I'm taking this on a Morphe M124. You can use any flat brush. And we are going to apply that. If it goes over the crease just a little bit, don't worry, we can fix that, especially because it's such a light color. And we're going about 3/4 of the way. We have something planned for that little part right there. Shout out all the fallout that you can probably see underneath my eyes. This is why I said do your eyes and then your face. To clean up that light purple in the crease, you can take any small brush, just a small angled brow brush. Anything that has a small point, a little bit of that purple, and color right on top of it. That's a cool thing about, you know, having that problem with light eyeshadows. Now let's go to this outer fourth. I'm going to start with the Morphe M456 that we were using earlier and taking some of that dark purple, and I'm going to just blend in. So I'm blending in from the outer corner towards that inner corner. Really taking that dark purple, covering up that little part. You take some of that purple and that brown to really make it a perfect match to what's happening inside the crease right there. We're going to make an ombre between this light purple and this dark purple. So I'm going to go into our Bright 2.0 palette. I'm going to go into this shade here and this shade here, which once again are kind of the same color to me on totally different undertones. I'm going to add that right near that outer corner. Doing the same thing over here. This is how I blend horizontally on the lid, because you can't really take these big brushes and blend horizontally. It works in a vertical way, like going from top to bottom, but going from side to side, it doesn't really work. So when I want to blend things horizontally on the lid, I like to go with a layering, strategy. So I'm adding a little bit here. And then I'm going to go in with purple this time, just the purple, not the purple and brown. And fill that in between. Yeah. As for this fallout underneath my eye, I'm gonna try to wipe it away with the big fluffy brush. If not, then I'll handle it off camera. Adding a little bit more of that purple and brown. And then lastly, I feel like we can add just a little bit more of a light purple variant. So I'm going to add this super light purple and mix it a little bit with this color here, like we did for that upper brow bone. And with the light hand, applying it here in between. Kind of made it look like pink a little bit. Add a little bit more of that cool purple. Okay, let's do this waterline really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to be using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Crybaby. It is a lilac. It almost looks close to the white. And since it is so small, I'm going to go right in onto the waterline with it instead of using a brush. There we go. It almost looks like the white. It's nice and bright. If you want to know more about the waterline, what colors I apply, what products I apply, what color gives what effect, I have a waterline 101 video for you. Now let's go to this lower lash line. So I'm going to add a little bit of primer, because ever since I did the Is Eyeshadow Primer Really Necessary video, I've been like, it does make a difference on the bottom. I never used to use it on the bottom, but it makes a difference, I must admit. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of that on just this chubby flat brush, just some of the primer that I had left on the back of my hand from before. Nice. And I'm going to go right back in with this brush here. And I'm going to go into that light lavender shade and just apply that on the bottom. This is actually one of my favorite colors ever to use on the lower lash line, no matter what color eyeshadow I'm doing. I love to use this super light lavender on the bottom. They say purple, green, and brown are good for brown eyes. And I gotta say, I get where they're getting there from. So remember earlier when I took this angled brush to clean up the crease, a little bit of that purple? I took it here and just added a little bit of purple on the waterline about halfway in, just because it shapes the eye. I like the way it shapes the eye, because that lavender is so light and delightful. It opens up the eye and it's very light, it's very nice. But I just want to reinforce some shape right here. So I added a little bit of that purple. Now I'm going to go, and I added a little bit of liner because I always put on liner when I put on my faux lashes. Now I'm going to go put on my faux lashes, my mascara. If you want to know how to put on faux lashes, don't worry. I have a video for you. And then I'll be right back for the outro. Okay, so here is the final look. I added the Kiss Lash Drip Lashes in You Do You. I've been wearing these lashes out, this exact same set too. I just been taking off the glue, putting more glue on, taking off the glue, putting more glue on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Here is the final eye. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see more colorful eyeshadow looks, guess what? I have a whole bunch in my eyeshadows playlist, and we're going to be doing way more colorful looks, way more pastels as the spring happens. We just did a yellow eyeshadow look, all yellow, and a super easy rainbow eye. So check that out. You can also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Raggedy Royal, the same way it's spelled down below, for more looks and more life. Also in the shorts tab, we do way more looks over there. Way more. And yes, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing down below. We're getting so close to 50,000. And give this video a like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.